Hello and good morning. This is Maggie Young, Genealogy Librarian, here at the Steele Memorial Library in beautiful Elmira, New York. I'm just getting the live video set up. This is my first live video, so this is a little bit of an adventure for me, and I hope it's an adventure for you too. This is a program I'm calling Ancestor Hunt, and I am going to be looking for ancestors, doing some genealogy research, and I'm going to be learning, and hopefully everyone else will be learning as well. So, without any further ado, let's get started. Today, I thought that I would start researching on this ancestor of mine. Her name is Angeline Stoll Fisher, is her married name. I'm going to move my Facebook Live tab to the new window so I can kind of keep up on that. Okay, dokie. Alright. Okay. So, everybody can see my screen. I can kind of see that on the Facebook Live thing. Please comment if you're having any trouble seeing it. I'll see what I can do. I will definitely be checking this out later to see how this went. So this is the ancestor that I am going to research today. I'm not sure where she was born. She might have been born in Kane, Pennsylvania, along with her brother Ralph Rufus Stoll, but I'm not sure about that. But I do know she passed away in 1985 in Elmira, New York. So today is going to be kind of fun because I wanted to look for her on the new site, New York State Historic Newspapers. Now this site is done by the Northern New York Library Network up in the Adirondacks, and libraries from all over New York State send them newspaper images, and it's free for everyone to use. So this is where the library our library sends their newspaper images. So right here is Chemung. You can click on any county you want. Over here, these are all the counties that are participating in New York. It's really kind of exciting. And then search within county shown. I selected Chemung, and these are all of the newspapers that are on New York State Historic Newspapers for Chemung County. So I'm going to search in quotes first. This will ensure that I get a phrase. So I want Angeline and the last name Stoll. I want that in a phrase. So I want to see first, if I do this sort of specific search, if I can find this in any Chemung County newspapers. So I'm going to go ahead and hit search, and no results. Okay, so Angeline Stoll. So let me take the quotes out. Let's see what I can find. I did not, this is all live off the cuff, so this is kind of exploring how things are when you search it as well. So let's see. I'm going to just look at this. Elmira Daily Advertiser. It should highlight where that is. Yep. Okay, so I kind of zoom in. I'm just moving my mouse wheel to and fro. So it selected Angeline and Stoll there as well, but as you can see, it's not the same person. So I'm going to go back here. I'm just going to see what else. So I'm going to assume that I'm not going to be having much luck here on Angeline. I'm just going to go back to her profile and see here who her parents were. We have Myrtle Rhinesmith and Ralph Charles Stoll. Let's see, Myrtle. She was born in Pennsylvania. She died in 1968. Let's try and go back in the Stoll family because I at least know that they were in the Elmira area. So Ralph Charles here, and this is my ancestry tree right here. So let's go for her grandfather here. Let's go a little earlier and see if that might help us. So we have Rufus Ronaldo Stoll here. So I'll do the quotes again. I just am really interested in this branch of the family today, so anything I can find on New York State Historic newspapers would be helpful, but if not, let me take that middle name out and just look for Rufus Stoll. Okay. So I took Ronaldo out because not everyone is listed by their first and complete middle names. So, but I kept the quotes in, so I got the phrase. So here we have, let me see when Rufus was alive. He was alive from 1838 to 1911. So 1875, 1880, 1868, these would all be within his lifespan. So I have kind of earlier papers here on New York State Historic newspapers, so maybe Angeline was too chronologically late to be on this site. But that doesn't mean I won't find her later. I'll take you guys over to the Star Gazette archives as well, so we can kind of see what that looks like. So, clicking on this first result, I'm not seeing anything highlighted here. Oh, when I go in here, I see F.A. Stoll and Company, Brooklyn Premium Pure White Lead. I actually just copied this the other day for a Facebook post because of like all the lead paint and stuff that I'm sure everyone in Elmira knows about if they have an older house. So I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, there's just being sold. So I'm not seeing any highlights here. I don't want to say that that's a... Okay, so State of New York Supreme Court. So it looks like kind of a court notice. I have to... It's so hard sometimes with these images. So I'm just going to kind of look for sort of a court notice on here, see if we can find anything. These are all train schedules. Not to like diverge too much, but sometimes I do get a little lost with all these like cool train schedules and everything going through Elmira. It's really, really fun. I'm just kind of scrolling down. Oh man. Yeah, I kind of got to get this camera upgraded on the scanner. Let's see. A lot of train schedules on this page. Holy moly. Erie Railway. That must have been fun. Just hop on a train and go wherever you wanted. Alright, I'm not thinking I'm going to have very good luck here, but you never know. You don't ever want to give up too early in genealogy work. It's not all done and researched for us, you know. Okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, so we'll just put a pin in that. Let's go here to 1880 and see what I can find. Okay, so already I'm seeing the little highlights right there. Okay. The Greenbackers and Democrats have fused in the 3rd Ward. David B. Hill for alderman and Rufus Stoll for supervisor. So who are the Greenbackers? Let's see here. Greenback Party. Active between 1874 and 1889. The party's name referred to the non-gold-backed paper money, commonly known as greenbacks, had been issued by the North during the American Civil War. The party opposed the deflationary lowering of prices paid to producers that was entailed by a return to bullion-based monetary system. So apparently, my ancestor was active in the Greenback Party, which kind of went against continuing the gold standard, and I'm for the gold standard. So I think that's kind of interesting. So I'd like to keep this as like a little slice of life for Rufus Stoll, my ancestor. So over here on the screen, I'm going to go to the scissors, which is the clip function, and I have my little plus sign, and I'm going to select what I want clipped. I'm going to go here to check I did it, and here is my little image that I clipped. I'm going to right click on that, hit save image as, and let's see. So I am notorious for forgetting to save identifying information on where I found things. It's like a big no-no in genealogy, but sometimes I go too fast for my own self. So this is how I'm going to name the image. Rufus Stoll, 1 March 1880, Elmira Daily Advertiser. I'm just going to name it like that, so I don't lose it later when I upload that. Actually, I could go ahead and do that right now. This is kind of neat. So I'm going to go here to Rufus Renato Stoll. I'm going to go to gallery. This is my personal Ancestry account. This isn't the library edition, which doesn't have the tree or DNA function. Yeah, I caved the other day and got a bunch of, it's going to be slim pickings in my household this month because I subscribed to so many genealogy databases this past month. So I'm going to go to gallery. I'm going to upload that. It puts the title right in there. So I'm going to put in Rufus Stoll runs for office in Greenback Party dash 3rd Ward, Elmira. 3rd Ward. I think if you have wards, you gotta say 3rd Ward. I don't know if that's a good Louisiana accent, but anyway, that's always what goes through my mind. So there, it's there. In Ancestry, so I have that now in my tree. So let's see. Here we go. I do have the Star Gazette archives online. I kind of go through those every morning, catch up on the news from 100 years ago. Okay, so we did this one. Let's see here. Let's try this, 1868. Let's see if I can see it. Okay, I see the little highlights here in New York State Historic Newspapers. Alright, let's see. Please update. Wonder how I could update. I'm just trying to update my resolution. I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, well, anyway. Okay, so here is more 3rd Ward information but this is from 1868, so this is actually earlier. So it looks like he was like really into politics. Let's see what the main headline is. Republican County Convention. Met at Horseheads. Following gentlemen were delegates in the convention. So we have the local towns. Ashland, Baldwin, Big Flats, Catlin, Chemung, Elmira, Erin. And then we here get to Elmira City, 3rd Ward, Rufus Stoll, my, great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. Not that many grades. But I'm sure he was great. Okay, so Rufus Stoll. So we're going to go here. Now this is going to be interesting because I'd like to clip the sort of intro to this as well. So let's do both. I'll show you guys a little trick that I do. So I'm going to save that. I'm just going to select this, right click that. We're going to take all that gobbledygook out and take any punctuation out. Sometimes it doesn't like it. The file names don't like it when you put punctuation in. So I already saved that, so I can X out. So go down to Elmira. I'm going to clip this little bit here. I'm going to do the same thing. Select that, right click that, take that out. To differentiate it from the last one I did, I'm going to write 2 on there and hit save. And this is kind of what I do when I have to clip 2 different parts of a newspaper clipping, I will go ahead and put it in a PowerPoint slide. So let's see. So I can have them together, because I want to kind of keep that together. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to make this bigger so you can see it. Make this a little bit bigger, but not too big. Okay. So now I've done that. So I've kind of saved those together so you know that they're here, and then I go to File, Save As, Browse. I'm just going to save it in my downloads because I'm going to upload it right away to Ancestry. But let's see. And then I'm going to go to, instead of PowerPoint presentation, I'm going to save it as a JPEG. Take out that punctuation in case it doesn't like that. And we're going to say whole story, I don't know, something like that, so I know not to click the wrong one. Okay, I'm going to save that. And then when it says which slides do you want to export, just this one. There's only one anyway. But then when I go back to gallery, I can go to add media, upload, choose files, and there's my JPEG PowerPoint that I can save to my ancestry tree. Okay, so date 27 October 1868. Okay, and I'm going to say Republican Convention, Chemung County, Elmira, 3rd. Let's do it like this, 3rd ward. Yeah, there are wards in Elmira. I always have a little bit of trouble finding them. I don't want to go live right now and like not find it right away. So maybe I'll try and save that for next time. I think I will make a note to go over the Elmira wards next time, and I'll have that ready for you guys. So then that's in my ancestry tree. And I think next time too I'll go over how to upload things to a gallery in family search. That's kind of an interesting thing. Like in Ancestry, like there can be umpteen million entries for Rufus Renato Stoll, depending on everybody's trees and stuff. But in Family Search, they aim to have just one entry. So if I go to the Family Search entry for Rufus Ronaldo, it'll be everything anyone put in there. I don't have my Family Search tree sort of fleshed out enough to do that today. But, oh, what the heck, let me just show you guys. We could just pick someone, it won't be Rufus Ronaldo. So Ancestry you have to pay for. Family Search you don't. You do have to have an account to see everything. It's just as robust. Let's see if I remember my password. That's always kind of fun. Okay. So I do. So let's do... So again, we're in a different database here. We're in the free Family Search. I kind of want to show you guys the differences between the galleries for people. So let's just search for him, see if anybody has him in a tree. Yeah, so let's see. I'll just click on this guy. Okay, so here you can see, here's his Find a Grave, okay? And here you can see this is his sort of family tree entry. Rufus Ronaldo right there. And click on that. And this is like the main Rufus Ronaldo entry for Family Search. So anyone you search is going to have, hopefully, if someone's already put them in Family Search, is going to have an entry like this. And then you can kind of go to sources, and these are all the sources that are attached to him. You can also go to memories, if anyone put up memories of him. No one has, but you know, maybe that's something I could do later once I get him in my tree. So I just kind of wanted to show you that, as it's kind of a one-stop shop, which I really like. Okay, So let's do, how are we doing on time? We're doing all right. Let's see. Let's do one more here. You know, I will come back later and do, and look to all of these here. Let's see what this one is. So here's the highlight. I'm going to zoom in. Oh, another Third Ward. Wow, he is like really political. This is 1869. And I mean, I could go through, and this is really helpful when you're doing research on a person, is to go through and do a timeline. You know, in 1868, he was at the Republican Convention in Chemung County. 1869, same thing. And you get a timeline of his life, so then you can kind of figure out what's going on with them. So that's kind of neat. And I'll go back and do all that. But I didn't want to take up too much time. So New York Historic Newspapers, there's a lot of like new things you could do with it. Like I just basically did the search here, but I just also want to show you they have a list of titles, and there's a calendar view for all of New York State that you could do. It's just really neat. So for example, I clicked on January 1726. They have one paper up for the 3rd, and they have the New York Gazette up for 1726. So if you want to look at old newspapers just on a random date, it's really cool. There's counties, of course, which I showed you, but there's also collections. So you could go right to Steele Memorial Library right here, and you could see everything that we had contributed to the collections. It's just a really neat site. It's a lot more powerful now, and I encourage everybody to take a look at that. So, but I don't want to get too hung up on Rufus. We're going to go back to his facts in my ancestry tree. I want to go back to the sort of more recent. I do really want to come back to Myrtle Rhinesmith here and see if I can't. Oh no, I was gonna do Angeline. Myrtle Rhinesmith is her mom, and Ralph Charles is her dad, and I really want to go into Star Gazette Archives to see what we can find. So this is the Star Gazette Archives. It's like $8 a month to just subscribe to it. I know a lot of local people do. It's really great. We have all this stuff on microfilm. Even if you're not signed in, you can do a search and get thumbnails and dates for what you're looking for. If you don't want to pay, you can just write that down and come into the library and get it off the microfilm. So Angeline Stoll. I'm going to search this here. Okay. So I'm getting a few dates. Here you can do sort. You can sort chronologically or by best match. Date added, I don't know why you do that unless you're looking for papers that were added more recently, but I don't think there's been any sort of new ads for these past papers. So here, so if you weren't logged in, you could do a search and this is what you'd see. So you could always write down the date and the page number and then come in and look at it on the microfilm as well. So you can also do categories. Sometimes they'll have obituaries and marriages. Just like, oh, didn't mean to do that. Surprise party. A very present surprise was given to Mr. and Mrs. Walter Graves. So, and then they list all of the attendees. The Janes, Tanikis, Schuslers, Corwins, Everetts, Wilsons, Mrs. Ralph Stoll, Graves, Joseph Rhinesmith, and the Mrs. Mildred Jane, Joseph Janes, and Angeline Stoll. So you can see, oh, Ralph Stoll Jr. This is really great because it shows a lot of relationships here that you wouldn't necessarily always get. So these surprise party announcements and the sort of family reunions. They used to list family reunions in the newspaper and all of the attendees. Those are great for locating your family. So I totally want to clip this. So I'm going to go ahead and save that as a JPEG. What's nice about Star Gazette is it'll save it as the date, so I don't have to do that manually. Okay, I'm going to go back because I did kind of scroll down to the end and I saw an obituary here. Okay, so Mrs. Angeline Stoll Fisher, 421 Maggie Place at Arnott. Oh, I just went by the Olthoff Funeral Home today. Survived by children, William Fisher. Mrs. Hal Ruth Granberry of Orlando, Florida. So then I know if I'm looking for her descendants, I'm going to find a Granberry in Orlando. Albert of Horseheads, 7 grandkids, 6 great-grandkids, nieces, and nephews. So this is a really great obituary. It gives me a lot of information. My dad showed me where she was buried at Woodlawn, but it's really hard to find. I've gone like on my own to try and find it. Her grave, and I've been unsuccessful, so I need to kind of figure that out again. So there's a lot here. Let's see. Oh, look, okay, yeah. So here's a family reunion that, I was kind of just talking about. So the Millers, Smiths, Grahams. Okay, so looks on the Fisher side. Mr. and Mrs. William Fisher, Samuel, Agnes, and Ernest Fisher, Angeline Stoll of Buffalo. This is interesting, 1911. So maybe this is before they were married. Let me see, I'll have to, so if I was doing, oh, and here are Rhinesmiths, and I know that that's her mom's family, so there are a lot of relationships here to kind of explore. And they're going to have another reunion in 1912, and they invite everybody in the paper. It is so freaking cute. Okay. So I just, like in 10 minutes, got really, really great things here. I can't believe I haven't uploaded anything to this person yet. Oh my goodness. Well, I'm doing that today. Okay. Uh-oh. Hope I didn't mess it up. Okay. Star Gazette. Oh no, I uploaded the wrong thing. Hold on. This is like something funny that I was doing earlier. Wow. Hopefully that didn't save. Okay, let's see if I delete it. Delete. That was just like little aphorisms that were in the paper 100 years ago today. See, this is like why you gotta be careful. Delete. Did that work? Alright, let's refresh. If it doesn't work, I can come back in later and do that. Or else people are going to be like, why did they add that in? It doesn't make any sense. Okay. Let's look for a better one. Here we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's kind of the stuff you do, So this is the Howe family reunion. So I'll write in Howe family reunion. And place, 901 Southport Street, Elmira, New York. Cool. We can put in the address, everything like that. Alright, let's try and add in that other one. It's really up to us if no one's done this before. Okay. Oh, this is her obituary right here. What kind of media? Her obituary, so I have that in. This is really going to help with my searching for this person. And I think I did one more here. This is my first time doing this live. Hopefully it worked. And let me know. This is Ancestor Hunt, so I will be starting like on my ancestors, but I can also do other people's ancestors as well if you want me to kind of look around and see what I can find. And I can send it to you afterwards, so definitely let me know. Okay, surprise party. And I can go back in and look at my notes. Save those for later. All right. So here we are. We're at the end. We've successfully uploaded 3 stories to her profile plus a. Oh, this is the clipping about the National Poultry thing at convention in 1923 saying that turkeys are going to be extinct. So of course I clipped that this morning. I go through the news from 100 years ago every morning, so I'm very up on the news, but I'm about 100 years behind. Okay, so I was able to delete it that time. So it's really good to delete things that are wrong or put them on the right people. So that's about all the time I have today. I kind of went through uploading things to the gallery here. We searched in New York State Historic Newspapers, which is free. We also searched in Stargazette Archives, which is not free, but it's still searchable without a subscription. And we learned a little bit about the Greenback Party. So we're going to come back here for another ancestor hunt on November 28th, 10 a.m. I believe that's also a Tuesday. And I just want to take us here really quick. There is a program coming up on Sunday the 22nd. Yeah, we have the library all to ourselves. This is the Witness to Injustice, the Kairos Blanket Project. It's put on by neighbors of the Onondaga Nation. They're going to come down and give us a history lesson on Native history through the eyes of the indigenous peoples of the United States in North America, in Turtle Island, as they call it. So we are looking for people to register. Registration is open, so email me at youngm@stls.org or give us a call at 607-733-9175 to register. It's open to adults and teens, ages 13 and up. And if you'd like me to search for one of your relatives on our databases, you can also email me here at youngm@stls.org. Just mention Ancestor Hunt and all the information you have about the ancestor you want me to look for. So I've had a lot of fun. Hopefully this worked, and but I think I'll definitely do it again. So, and I will, November 28th. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great day out there, and let me know if you have any questions on researching your ancestors or anything else genealogy or local history related. All right, have a great day. Bye.